Hey, this is the first official video lesson walkthrough for the Naviance ICAP lessons in 7th grade. This one is titled Listening to Myself. Why is it important to listen to myself? Making decisions is sometimes hard, whether you're in 7th grade, whether you're in high school, whether you're an adult. It's hard to make some decisions. While it's helpful to have others tell you what to do or give you advice, what you think is right may be even more important. To trust your gut, to trust that something that you can't quite explain to other people, but sometimes you just feel it. Listening to yourself. In this video, we have a video about listening to myself, and I'll show this. Share the sound. There we go. I'll mute my mic and we'll watch this video. Okay. Here we go.
I got really bad grades, and like I'd be told I was stupid all the time, and like everyone would be like, oh, you got held back, you're dumb, you know. Like I remember how hurt I was, and then I was like, after that I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do good in school ever, you know, like why am I even trying? And I kind of gave up. I didn't think it would even like matter if I went to college or not.
As soon as you doubt yourself, that's when you introduce like this, I feel like this whole realm of just noise.
I hope to be able to find what I want to do in life.
The noise is all around us, and it's different for everybody. It's all the voices and messages you hear that pull your life in different directions. It can come from your friends, family, or even complete strangers. It comes from society, it comes from the stuff you see on TV, it even comes from yourself when you start doubting. Everyone has their own noise, but we can all learn how to shed it. You can filter everything that's coming at you. Figure out what your noise is because it's different for everyone, then question it. Just start asking questions. Challenge all the ideas that people in society might have about you. Stay engaged. Defining your own road in life is all about asking questions and getting one step closer to the answers.
Have you found that you like trying to work around the boxes?
Like I want to do grad school, but I feel like a lot of it's because other people are telling me to do it. Did you feel that way?
Did your parents put that expectation on you?
Your family expects so much of you, society expects so much of you.
Where did that like fearlessness come from?
Did you ever feel self-conscious?
You said you had a lot of fear and just scared of, okay, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get, when you were just starting? How did you get through that? Because I think that's just so much.
I guess I just had to peel away the noise, I went to a prep school here in New York, and I remember once telling one of my teachers, one of my advisors, that I was gonna play drums at this gig of some kind, and he's like, oh, nice use of your education. And it was really discouraging because he didn't see drumming as valid in any way. I think you've got to take a moment, everyone does, where they say, wait a minute, who am I living this life for?
My parents, when I told them I was going to pursue comedy, they thought that I had just lost my mind. You could just see the concern, and them not saying anything was even, that was even harder because they didn't even give me an opportunity to argue with them. It was more like, yeah, okay.
I thought, I want to be a writer, but that was my only outlet. It was never encouraged. It was like, well, yeah, you could study literature, but maybe there's a market for children's books or something, but you'll never be taken seriously, and you'll never achieve. We don't do that.
My father said everything I wanted to do was pie in the sky. That's pie, you want that pie in the sky? It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you want to be in the sky eating pie. Yep, you absolutely right, I do. And guess what? that pie in the sky, it tastes so good, just like I knew it would. What you wanna do with your life?
And I think every human being in this society, is told how to live a certain life. And it takes a lot of guts to move beyond what's expected of you.
I was in academia. I was in that track. So when I did make that decision to leave, there were some people that were shocked. And also people thought it was a waste of a PhD. But I wear a t-shirt to work. You can assign some sort of dollar value to that, I think.
Just because somebody says you can't doesn't necessarily really mean you can't. And you have to remember that. You have to really decide, well, actually you can. You can. It may be really hard. It may be something you're not naturally good at. It may take 10 times the amount of work for you than it does somebody around you. But you definitely can, so how bad do you want it?
I'm one of 5 children. My father was a truck driver, my mother was a homemaker. So neither one of them graduated high school. But they taught all of us that whatever we wanted to do in life, we could do it. And as I grew up, I was a good student because I wanted to do well. I wanted them to be proud of me. I wanted to do it for me too because I knew that I was poor. And sometimes people would make decisions about you based on your socioeconomic level. Oh, you so-and-so, you're not gonna be able to do that. Well, I always would dispel those myths, always.
At some point you have to say, well, do I think it's awesome? Do I think it's amazing? Do I think it's wonderful? And then it's like, who cares what anyone else says?
I can get kicked. You can kick me. I'll just get back up. You can kick me again, and guess what? I'll keep getting back up. So I think even when my dad told me, I don't know about that one. It's okay. I'm sure somebody told him, pro baseball player? No, but he did it. He was happy doing it. Now you ought to hear him. He's awfully proud of me.
Okay, so we saw a lot of familiar faces. At least I saw some familiar faces. And, these people, successful, of course. And yet, in their early life, their parents, maybe some of their friends, didn't necessarily see their vision, didn't understand. And yet, it's ultimately up to whoever is living that life, right? What you feel you should do, that is up to you. People can give you their opinion. You can take into consideration what they have to say. If you trust what your parents think and believe, if you have a lot of faith in what they think, then maybe you consider what your parents have to say. They do have experience in some ways, and yet they aren't you, and they can't completely know what's best for you. So we'll move on, and I had to peel away the noise was one of the things Chris Wink said in this video. So much is out of our control when it comes to expectations. We did not choose to be born at this time, in this place, in this society. And at this specific point in time, in this specific period of human history, there are certain expectations of what a human should do for the majority of their life. And sometimes that just doesn't work for some of us. And that's okay. And you need to find a way to do what you want to do. And there are constraints like needing to pay rent, needing to find food to put into your mouth so you don't die. And as long as you can figure out how to get food into your mouth and drink enough water and stay emotionally above water and stay in contact with friends, family, you're doing good, you know? And sometimes people can't see your end goal, and that's okay. As long as you keep trying and you have a support group, support network. Read about listening to yourself. Learning to listen to yourself when making a decision is not easy. It might seem like adults have it all figured out, which they don't, but even they struggle while listening to the voice inside them, telling them what is right or what feels better. You have that voice inside your head too, but sometimes it's easy to ignore it, especially when you are getting mixed messages from friends, families, teachers, and society in general. It might seem like they are saying completely different things, right? So your friend may be telling you one thing, your family wants you to stay and, I don't know, take over the family business, go to college, do whatever. Teachers may be pushing you more towards academic things. Society may have a very, very narrow view of what you can do with your life or should do. It might seem like they are saying completely different things. But the truth is, only you really know what decision is best for you. And what I am trying to create, what we are trying to create, and hopefully your family is to give you space to think and explore what it is you want to do, how you want to express yourself, without us telling you what to do. We can always give guidance, and that's perfectly fine. But we don't want you to force you to live a life you don't want to live. Think of a time that you did not listen to yourself and chose to listen to what others thought instead, even though you thought it was wrong. Give an example of this time in discussion, what you would do if you could do it again. A time I didn't listen to myself was ... and then explain what happened. Do you regret it? And most people, if they don't go with their gut, there is some type of regret, or what if I did do this thing? And regret is a really rough feeling, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. So I'll just put this little marker in, and then that is the end of your work for this week. And you'll hit this button, turn in your work, turn in my work. And then that's it for Naviance. And then next week, we're going to talk about, let's go to 7th grade, what makes me unique. And this is all about self-discovery. The first couple of lessons are about self-discovery. Oh my, what makes me me? Overcoming obstacles, how do I do it? And things of that sort. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. And I will see you all next week. Thank you. And let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye-bye.